Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. It's Friday and guess what? No more Inquisitor challenges. Yay! Well, at least this Friday, but yeah, it looks like the weekly Inquisitor challenges are no more. Fingers crossed, let's hope that is. We've got a fleet challenge. Now, fleet challenges aren't particularly challenging, but you know, it's all about stalling, usually harder depending on the feats that you need to do. Anyway, more about it later. As always, I'll cover the modifiers and the feats and I'll show you the battles. So if you're interested just in any particular battle, there'll be YouTube chapters below as always, so you can skip straight through. There are 3 battles here for you today, so I'll do the Negotiator first, then Home 1, Rebels, and then finally Finalizer in first order. But anyway, let's just start off first by the global modifier, Asteroid Belt, and this is the modifier that actually makes stalling very difficult. Just because anytime anybody gets a turn, everybody gets damage over times applied on them. And obviously you can kind of keep your guys alive because, you know, depending what fleet you're using, you have many ways of, you know, either healing up or dispelling this damage over times. But the enemy, eventually, they'll just simply start dying off from damage over times. So definitely it will make this stalling long enough to get all the feats done, I think quite challenging in certain situations. Well, not challenging, just kind of annoying really. So this is the one definitely making it a little bit difficult for us. Afterburners modifier, not worth mentioning really, it doesn't really do a whole lot to be honest in this particular challenge. So on top of it all, why I think you might struggle to get all the feats done with using Negotiator is because of stat fast retribution. So on top of damage over times that enemy will be dying off, you're also reflecting damage back on them, which will obviously speed up the whole process of you defeating all the ships too quickly. The Empire modifier, they got some stacking offense, some cooldown reduction, but hey, it's nothing really too crazy I think. So the one is Asteroid Belt. That's the one that you will feel the most. In terms of feats, it's a Galactic Republic challenge. You do have to win with the 3 Galactic Republic ships, but as you know, with all other fleet challenges, as you know, you don't need to have them in the starting lineup. You can just have them in reinforcements, not even use them, and it will still count. So you can pretty much use any fleet you have available. Bring balance, win with at least 1 light side and 1 dark side ship surviving. Again, they can be in the reinforcement, you don't have to use them. And the calculated shots, so this is the one where you have to stall long enough to get 15 critical hits. So definitely I think Negotiator isn't the best one, as I will show you an example for stalling just because of stat fast retribution, but hopefully Home 1 and Finalizer will be able to get this done. I'm starting with Ahsoka in the starting lineup just because they do have Gauntlet, and then Gauntlet, if you don't have Ahsoka, we can go ahead and put buff immunity in your Anakin, and then your Anakin can't gain Valor, can't gain Stealth. That's why you want to bring Ahsoka in, so she takes that buff immunity, so that Anakin can gain Valor, can, you know, do all the stuff that Anakin does. Ahsoka died off, doesn't matter, she was just there to take off the initial buff immunity. This is also a tip, I guess, for GAC and TW if somebody does put Empire with Gauntlet, and you do want to use Negotiator, do bring Ahsoka in the starting lineup. But anyways, other than that, you know, it's kind of it will always feel a little bit on the edge because obviously you're trying to stall the battle to get your 15 critical hits. So it's kind of a fine balance between staying alive, cleansing off, and not overpowering the enemy too quickly. But again, I wasn't able to get the 15 critical hits done here with Negotiator. I tried maybe using Mace's ship, what is it called, Endurance, with Galactic Republic, but I just got smoked. Yeah, it's not very helpful for using Galactic Republic. But as soon as TIE Bomber is down, I mean, this thing, you know, becomes an open field. You can take them out very quickly. But obviously I'm trying to stall as long as I can. That's why I nearly lose Anakin at some point, I think, just because I was stalling too hard, trying to see can I get these 15 critical hits or done, but unfortunately just kill them off too fast. Not enough critical hits, and there we go. Yeah, I did get at least, you know, the bring balance feat done, so 1 light side and 1 dark side ship, but this, you know, feat shouldn't be too difficult anyways. It's more the critical hits. I think Home 1 probably could be the best choice if you do have Rebels. So you can just use combination of Rebels and Galactic Republic, obviously for the Galactic Republic feat as well, just because Rebels, they got all these assists, especially with Millennium Falcon, lots of assists. They don't do a lot of damage, so you should be able to get 15 critical hits hopefully quite quickly. And then also because of Millennium Falcon in there, obviously you do get some self-cleansing abilities whenever somebody gets 3 debuffs or more. So some occasionally they will also cleanse off. So there you go. Their Y-Wing cleansed off all the debuffs, including damage over time of itself. As always, you're kind of stuck there behind TIE Bomber, so you just kind of keep hitting it. So you can see we're getting lots of critical hits here with Rebels, small critical hits, not a very big one. There's no stat-fast retribution, obviously like with Galactic Republic ships, so definitely it will take a while that you burn through them, which will then give you enough time to get your 15 critical hits done. Again, without feat tracker, is anyone guess how many you've done? You can try to count, sort of. But as you can see, kind of just I'm spreading the damage there. I didn't want to finish off TIE Advance, hoping that maybe Gauntlet can cleanse off. So then they can then survive. Unfortunately, Advance did take a turn before Gauntlet, so, you know. But as you can see, with Rebels, stalling is not all that difficult. As you can see, got lots of damage over times on my guys. Decided to bring in Ahsoka, do a big critical hit there. I cleansed off there with Cassian. That's why I brought in Cassian, because he's got a cleanse as well. So I cleansed off 20 damage over time from Biggs, so Biggs can kind of still hang in there. Because Biggs won't be recovering a whole lot of protection here, because the enemy, they've got quite high tenacity, so they seem to be resisting a lot of those target locks. But there we go, especially with Y-Wing there, it's lots of assists from Y-Wing as well. So definitely think like Rebels are a great choice here for the 15 critical hits feat. Just stall as long as you can, and I think you should be good to go, to be honest. There we go, final blow there. And this now completed for me, obviously, because I did the Galactic Republic one. Obviously, I got 3 Galactic Republic ships in reinforcement, and most importantly, I did get the critical hits feat done. So another one option that I was able to get critical hits done quite easily was Finalizer, because of 2 things: all the damage over times, both colors will be getting so much bonus turn meter and obviously advantage, and so you're getting lots of critical hits here. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at booster meter. Get our first critical hit, boom, and then we can do an AoE here. So that's 3 critical hits just from that AoE. So we're up 4 critical hits already. Let's get hunted. As with the other battles, you do have to first take down TIE Bomber. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead, booster meter, and look at this, all this damage over times. Kylo is basically having almost a turn meter loop. Kylo's command shot, look, another turn. Him like, oh boy, I got 7, almost killed off already from all this damage over times. But anyway, let's just go ahead, see if we can finish off TIE Bomber there. Oh, barely hanging in there. The good thing about obviously Finalizer fleet is whenever your first order ship's critical hit, they will recover 20% health. So this will also a little bit allow them to keep surviving, bringing in Plo just to cleanse off all those damage over times. Now we just kind of go around trying to take these guys out. And obviously Pulp got a critical damage immunity to begin with, so wasn't able to critically hit him. Let's go ahead, and at this point your TIE Silencer is just going to be one-shotting all the ships. So, you know, even if it's left on its own pretty much, you should still be able to hang in there and win. And let it go, lots of critical hits, constant advantage on your guys. Definitely Finalizer is also, I think, a nice way here to get those critical hits done as well. Obviously, when it comes to fleet challenges, you can probably pretty much use any fleet really you want. I gave it a go, the other ones as well, but I just wasn't able to really get those critical hits. Like with Malevolence, because of Ultra Droids, a combination with damage over time, so I just wasn't able to stall hard enough to get the critical hits done. So definitely think Hoth and Finalizer could be, I think, the easiest choice for the fleet. Alright guys, hope you find this video useful and helpful. Let me know in the comments below as always, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.